All right, what's going on? We're back. We're here. The original ECW original Bay Ragney, Chubby Dudley, Easy Rider. I'm here. I'm in the house, and I'm getting ready to watch the next episode. Well, actually, the next match in this episode. This is episode 5 of ECW TV. Let me get the channel set here. There we go. We got the match ready. Let me bring myself back up. There we go. All right. So, big things happened on the last episode of my show where we saw the introduction to Eastern Championship Wrestling of Mr. Paul Heyman, Paul E. Dangerously, and we'll say mega powers of ECW formed with the Hot Stuff International and the New Dangerous Alliance, so to say. We're going to learn more about that. But here we have the next match, and as you see, we have an interview set, and this could be an interview to set up the next match. But real quick, personal plug: ECW autographed Chubby Dudley cards now available. These are ones that are being sent out for that were ordered. They're $15 each. That includes your shipping. You can email me at chubbydudleyecw@gmail.com or go over to Facebook and like my Chubby Dudley official page and DM me there. Shoot me a message. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's push play and let's see where we're going next.
Stetson and Winter, where I come from, a man knows when it's over. He knows when he's lost. But the two of you, you're like crybabies. Every night we go out there, we beat you up, you go crying back to Todd Gordon, another rematch. Well, I've got news for the two of you. I've had it. If you can't educate yourself, I will educate you. Listen, N-O. Do you know what that means? That means no, as in no more title matches.
No more, baby!
After tonight, that's it. These guys are getting tired. Their arms are starting to hurt. Their knuckles are getting bruised from punching you in the face. After tonight, it ends. This is your last chance. Either do it tonight or forget it. Because let me tell you something. Once it's done, it is
All right, let Hunter
done.
finish
We've
talking.
got better things to do. We got places to go, people to see. So this is your last chance. Make it a good one.
I'd like to introduce the
Okay, so watching that, I always thought Hunter Q was good, and he was doing the talking. It's all nothing, no script writers, nothing was prepared for him, so he was doing his own talking. But as you watch that, this is where it gets into a whole different world now, and with the TV aspect, and you can just see by the way he's holding the mic, he doesn't seem confident or sure of himself, and that's where you can see the green in Hunter Q and a lot of us other people who were newer to the business, and definitely none of us used to doing TV. That's where guys like Eddie and Paul Lee, who were in the TV aspect of the wrestling business for many years, that's where they see and they saw that we were just not ready. Like I've said before, we were not ready for prime time.
challengers from the streets of South Philadelphia. He weighs 280. Hitman Stetson! So from weighs 208 pounds. Mr. Hunter Q. Robbins III. Part unknown. Find weight 606 pounds. The current ECW Team Champion, the Super Destroyer.
We go, TV Wonderful. The Tag Team Championship match between the Tag Champs, the Super Destroyers, and the #1 contenders, Larry Winters and Tony.
This is going to be interesting. I want to see if they squash out Larry and Tony or what they do.
See the titles put on the line.
This is 2 weeks in a row we've seen these teams go at it. Last week ended in a controversial disqualification, not enabling Winters and Stetson to take the straps. I noticed when the Super Destroyers came to the ring, one of the Super Destroyers had his belt on upside down. Stevie, care to explain
Would you like to know the answer to why he does that?
Yeah, I would love to know.
Would you like to know the answer? Do you want me to tell you why?
Stevie, would you please tell me why?
As soon as you can tell me which one it was. That's right, so never mind. Pay attention.
We'll get back to that a little bit later, fans. We're right to the action here with Super Destroyer, I'll say #1, and Tony Stetson in the ring.
That's Super Destroyer number 2.
Super Destroyer #2 and Tony Stetson in action. Little conference in each corner. Little pre-match strategy.
I still say I would have liked to seen a true tag team of Tony and Larry.
Jay Sully. They're not worried about this match.
Nice knee in the midsection by the Super Destroyers on Tony Stetson there.
But I must comment on the words of Hunter Q. Robbins for what we heard earlier, that this is it for the #1 tag team title contenders, Larry Winters and Tony the Hitman Stetson. No rematches. This is it. This is the last shot.
You heard it here, folks. Stevie Wonderful with some inside scoop from the locker room. Hunter Q. Robbins III announcing this is the final time Tony Stetson and Larry Winters are going to have a shot at the ECW Tag Championship.
Jay Sully, if I hear you call him Hunter Q. Robbins III one more time, I'm going to knock the spit out of your mouth. It's Mr. Hunter Q. Robbins III.
I'll apologize to Mr. Hunter Q. Robbins III a little bit later.
You do that.
Larry Winters in the ring. #2, working over the left arm of the big Super Destroyer.
And look at the illegal headbutt by Tony Stetson.
An illegal headbutt.
Well, Winters should have been out of the ring.
He's got a 5 count to get out of that ring, Stevie. Oh, a nice martial arts reverse savate kick that looked like by Tony Stetson. And the cover, I'd say that was about a 1.5, Stevie.
It was about, I don't think so.
I'd say halfway there to getting those tag team championships.
I'd say that they were, I don't think so.
Larry Winters working over that left arm of Super Destroyer #1, Stevie, did you say? Or
Jay Sully, if you don't have them figured out by now, what Super D #1 is, which one Super D #2 is, I'm not about to tell you. Right now, you are correct, okay? Because that is Super D #1.
Super D #1's in the ring with Larry Winters now. Okay, I think I've got it straightened out now.
Well, what was the problem before?
Driving that Larry Winters to the top turnbuckles. Larry's got to be knocked a bit senseless there.
He's already senseless. He's trying to wake him up. His career's over.
Standing drop kick by the big Super Destroyer. What an incredible move that was.
Sully, have you ever seen CPR? I think he's administering started Larry Winters right now because his career is just about over. This match is over. No rematch.
No tag is what I saw there. No tag.
Rematch.
Another Super Destroyer just into the ring, the boot to the throat, and, total disregard for the rules here in the ECW.
Look at the power of the Super Destroyer.
Pounding away, choking now. A prone Larry Winters in the corner of the Super Destroyers. Larry's in trouble. Tony Stetson trying to work his way into the ring, simply diverting the referee, enabling the Super Destroyers to continue the punishment.
You can see, like,
Stupid move by Tony Stetson. That way the Super Destroyers had all the time in the world. It just shows why Stetson Winters are contenders.
watching this, it's very visible in this match. For some reason, I'm really noticing. So the Super D is the one in the ring now, the bigger one. His name was Doug. I forget. For some reason, I want to say his name was Doug Stahl. I forget, but I could be wrong. But the other one was AJ Petruzzi, who had been around the business for years, and most popularly doing like job matches for WWF or WWF in the early mid '80s. So you never really got to see him work much, but here, his work, just watching the little he gets to do, just impresses me. I'm like, because he was an older guy at this point, he was probably maybe in his mid 40s at this time, maybe even early 40s, but he was probably in his 40s, but very agile and just you can see um, very a veteran, very experienced, really knows what he's doing, and you can see Doug was a newer guy, big freaking guy, big guy, um, and was you can see he's still a little green, and AJ was truly carrying him, the work and wrestling wise and psychology wise, and Doug was like I said, a big boy, and he was just there for the main part of being the power, the true power of the two.
They're not champions.
Tony,
But I also want to say too, I can see just in Larry, like he's really trying to go the extra and put that extra effort in because, you know, this is TV, and he saw the writing on the wall, and he saw what was going on behind the scenes because he was at one time was the booker, and he lost the book to Teddy Gilbert.
Stetson just couldn't help himself. He couldn't stand seeing his opponent team.
He couldn't listen to her either.
It's Super Destroyer working over the arm of Larry Winters. The second time he's rammed that arm into the ring post.
All I see right now is Tony Stetson being told to get out of the ring.
Irish whip by the Super Destroyer. A beautiful side slam on Larry Winters. That could be it, fans. Kicked that at the count of two. That was a close one, Stevie.
I think Winters raked his eyes.
I didn't see an eye rake. I've never seen Larry Winters.
Now you have both Super D's in there working over Larry Winters.
I know one Super D's got to get out within a 5 count, but the blatant double teaming just
Did you say one Super D has to get out?
Oh!
Is that a Super D number 1 in there right now?
With a headbutt to the midsection, we'll say, but ouch, that's gonna hurt, man.
Hey, if Larry Winters was going to submit right now, do you know what he would sound like? I quit.
That wouldn't be very funny if that was true in the ring, Stevie Wonder.
Well, I wouldn't be in the ring, Jay Sully. You can count on
Super D number 1 with a reverse chin lock on Larry Winters here, Stevie.
Oh, Jay Sully, what am I going to do with you? What am I to do with you? Jay Sully, it's called arithmetic. You have 1, you have 2. Get with the program.
What I said, Super Destroyer number...
Jeez, Jay Sully.
Number 2 tagging in now?
You don't know which one is which. Why are you here?
It's tough to keep these two, separated. I just can't understand with the mask, the hood, the dress the same. I can't tell one between two. All I know is that both 1 and 2 are a serious hurting on Larry Winters right at the moment.
Let me give you great insight to this match. I think Hunter Q. Robbins, excuse me, that's Mr. Hunter Q. Robbins, you fans out there, is the best dressed gentleman in the ECW. What do you think about that for match strategy, Jay Sully?
I don't know. That's not what the fans have been saying this evening, Stevie. I've heard quite a few derogatory chants aimed at the dress of Hunter Q. Robbins. Oh, super double knocker on Stetson and Winters outside the ring. Tony trying to fight back. Couple right hands to Super Destroyer, and Tony Stetson going toe-to-toe outside the ring.
Yeah, I didn't like.
Obviously, the legal man inside the ring meets another right hand by Super Destroyer number 1. Those black gloves the Super Destroyers are wearing, Steve.
Oh, Jay Sully, let me cut you off right there. It's just for intimidation. I don't want to hear anything about loaded gloves.
See, like that should have been like the hot tag, and it was like nothing there.
That's right, because it's intimidation. That's
Nice.
Beautiful move by Tony.
I always love that flying forearm from Tony.
Closing of the Super Destroyer outside the ring. Hunter Q. Robbins now.
What the hell's going on here?
I think I just saw Hunter Q. Robbins pass something to one of the Super Destroyers there, Stevie.
I didn't see anything.
Oh, there he goes. He punched him. He punched him with something, I think, Stevie. Unbelievable. A victory here by the Super Destroyers to maintain the ECW Tag Championships, but I don't like... That was a punch. I don't know what's going on here.
No more Stetson, no more winners, no more number 1 contenders. You heard it from Mr. Hunter Q. Robbins III. The tag team title stay with the Super D's. That's it. Bottom line.
Okay, fans. Unbelievable. We'll be right back with some more Eastern Championship Wrestling.
All right, now here's the thing. So they've used that finish in how many of these freaking matches? Almost, we're on episode 5 of ECW TV, and there's been at least one, if not two, of those finishes in every freaking match with a foreign object. And if you remember, just like 2 or 3 weeks prior, they did the same similar finish, and ringing out or commentator Jay Sully got involved and told the referee, "Oh, he had an object. He had an object." So, and now, why didn't Jay Sully do the same thing? So it doesn't make sense. The psychology part of that is not there. Too many, uh, you know, foreign objects and stuff like that being used that don't make sense. It doesn't look good. But I do want to give credit to Jay Sully and Stevie Wonderful. I think they are a very good commentating team. For two guys, and I don't know Jay Sully's true background. For some reason, I think he was at one time involved in the wrestling business. I need to do some research on that. But I just think I think they're a great commentating team for really two guys who truly don't have a lot of experience doing it. So I got to give them credit. So, all right. Well, hey, there goes another episode. Make sure you go down below, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, get all the notifications. New episodes are coming to you every 3 days. So, I'll see you in 3 days or less, depending on when you watch this one. And thanks again, and let's go to the extreme.